He sat by the window of a quiet downtown restaurant, the rain softly tapping against the glass, matching the rhythm of his own thoughts. James Carter, a man known across the country as one of Canada's youngest and most successful CEOs, looked oddly small in that moment. The glow of the city lights reflected off his untouched glass of wine. His blind date had cancelled an hour ago, just a simple text message, "Something came up, sorry." That was it, no explanation, no apology that sounded sincere. For once, the man who always controlled everything in business, couldn't control what hurt the most, loneliness. He didn't tell anyone. His assistant thought he had a meeting. His driver thought he was having dinner with a friend. But James just wanted one evening where someone might see him not as Mr. Carter, not as the CEO, not as the man with headlines and awards, but as just James. The man who hadn't had a real conversation in months. The man who missed the warmth of genuine company. He stared at the empty chair across from him, almost laughing at how pathetic it must look, a powerful man sitting alone at a table for two. Then came a gentle voice. "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" He looked up and saw a woman, her coat damp from the rain, holding the hand of a small boy. Her hair was a little messy, her smile nervous. "We've been waiting forever, and they said there aren't any seats left. He's hungry, and," she paused, embarrassed. "I'm sorry, it's okay, we'll wait more." James blinked, taken aback by her humility. "No, please," he said quickly, gesturing to the empty chair. "It's not taken. You can sit here." Her son smiled shyly, clutching a small action figure. They sat down carefully, like they didn't belong in such a fancy restaurant. The waiter hesitated for a moment, recognizing James, but the CEO gave a nod that meant just treat us like everyone else. For the first time in a long while, the silence at James's table was broken by laughter, not his, but the boys'. The little one made airplane noises with his spoon, pretending to fly it into his mashed potatoes. His mother apologized. "I'm sorry, he gets excited when we eat out." "It doesn't happen often." James smiled. "It's fine. He's got good energy." "What's his name?" "Ethan," she replied softly. "And I'm Lily." "Nice to meet you both," James said, genuinely smiling. They began talking, slowly at first, then naturally. Lily worked two part-time jobs, one as a cashier and another cleaning offices at night. She said she'd lost her husband in an accident 2 years ago, and since then, life had been about survival. The way she spoke was calm, steady, but her eyes carried the weight of exhaustion that only a single mother could know. James listened more than he spoke. Something about her honesty, her warmth, made him feel human again. She wasn't impressed by his suit or his watch. In fact, she had no idea who he was. She asked about his job and he just said, "I work in management." She laughed and said, "You must be good at it. You have that calm boss energy." The waiter brought the meals, and James quietly ordered a small dessert for Ethan. When the boy saw it, his face lit up like a Christmas tree. "Mommy, look, a brownie," he said, as if it were the most magical thing in the world. Lily tried to refuse politely, but James insisted. "It's just dessert," he said softly. "Let him have a little joy." The rain outside grew heavier, but inside, the table was filled with warmth. James found himself laughing, really laughing, for the first time in what felt like years. When the check arrived, Lily reached for her wallet. "No, please," James said quickly. "Dinner's on me." She shook her head. "You already shared your table. That was kind enough. I can't let you." He interrupted her, gently. "You already did more than you think." Their eyes met. She didn't understand what he meant, but he did. For years, he'd built an empire but lost touch with simple humanity. Tonight, a random encounter reminded him what mattered most. As they got up to leave, Ethan handed James his little action figure. "For you," the boy said shyly. "You look like a superhero." James knelt down, surprised, a lump forming in his throat. "Thank you, buddy. I'll take good care of it." After they left, James sat alone again, but this time, it felt different. The chair across from him wasn't empty, it carried the echo of laughter, the warmth of kindness, and the reminder that connection doesn't need status or plans, it just needs heart. Later that week, his company announced a new project, affordable housing for single parents, designed to help working families like Lily's. He didn't tell anyone where the idea came from, but that night, he placed the small action figure on his office desk. It stood there beside his awards, quietly reminding him that real success isn't about money or fame, it's about the people who remind you why you have a heart in the first place. And somewhere across town, Lily tucked Ethan into bed, whispering, "See, there are still kind people in this world." In two very different homes, under the same Canadian sky, two souls slept peacefully that night, each carrying a piece of hope the other had unknowingly given back.